Okay, first question. What did you do for fun when you were young?
Climb trees, run around, walk all over the neighborhood, play on the roof of the houses, and ride bikes.
Were you really active when you were young?
Yes, I was,
Why?
because there was nothing else to do. We didn't have video games, we didn't have cable. It was just like 10 channels, three of them being Spanish, none of them being kid friendly. So all you had to do was be outside with your friends.
And why didn't you have cable or video games?
Because there wasn't cable at that time. And video games, well, my mom was a single mom, so she couldn't afford, all the fancy stuff that other parents had or other kids had for them to have fun. So we improvised.
Okay, next question. Where did you grow up? Can you describe it?
I grew up in Huntington Beach in the same neighborhood. I grew up with the same people in a 4 light radius. There's nothing else but that. Just a school and houses and streets that were not even apartments yet.
Did you like where you grew up?
I did. I love where I grew up. I've had the same friends since I was 4, and not a lot of people can say that. So it's perfect.
If you grew up somewhere else, do you think you would still have good friends like that?
I don't know. Maybe if I never moved.
Okay. Next question. What were the holiday traditions that you remember from your childhood?
The only one we actually celebrated was Christmas. All the other ones were not really. We didn't really do Thanksgiving or anything like that, or I don't remember Thanksgiving. But I remember making tamales on the 24th of December, or pozole, opening presents at midnight, and on Christmas Day, showing off our gifts to our friends.
Did you like having those traditions?
Yes, those are some traditions that I still keep.
When you were young and going through those traditions, did you know that you were going to keep them with your children?
Yes, but I thought I would improve.
What do you mean by improve?
Make them better. Make more of it. Not just Christmas Eve, but also Christmas Day, Thanksgiving, Easter, and so on and so forth.
Okay. What was the greatest gift you have ever received?
The greatest gift I have ever received. I don't think any gift is greater than the other. I think we appreciate what we have and what we get. Material wise, it's not. Money wise doesn't matter. Probably the best gifts I've ever gotten are for my children. The simple things from school, flowers, cards, stuff like that.
Do you cherish those gifts?
Yep, I have a garage full of crap.
Then why do you call it crap?
Because it's my crap.
Next question. What are you most proud of?
My children.
Why?
Because they're nothing like me. They didn't grow up in the street. They have hopes, they have dreams. These are things I work hard for. about it.
Do you think your children would grow up to be like this?
I had no idea my daughter would be a cheerleader or my son would be a football player or anything like that. But I wanted them to be the complete opposite of me, which they have accomplished.
Hey, did you get along with your siblings when you were young?
I never got along with my siblings. We were never. I didn't grow up with my mom. I grew up living with my grandma until I was 9 when she passed away. So we were never close. When I went to go live back with my mom, it wasn't a sisterly or a brotherly bond, which is something that we still do not have. It's something that you grow up having, and since I didn't have that, I don't think I will ever have that.
So if you were living in a house with your siblings, do you think you would have got along better with them?
I don't think so, because my mother doesn't get along with her siblings, so she wouldn't know how to teach me to do that.
Do you wish you had gotten
Yes.
along with them?
I wish I had. I think we would have better Christmases and Easters and all that.
Did you ever get in trouble? What did you do? What happened?
Let's see. The biggest in trouble I ever got was when I was 10, I think, or 9. I took $20 out of my mother's purse, and my mother did what she knew how, which was to hit me 20 times, one for each dollar, and I never touched my mother's money again.
Are you glad she did that to you?
Yes, because I never took money again, and I taught my kids not to ever touch money that was not theirs.
What was the happiest moment of your life?
The happiest moment of my life so far, probably the day I became independent and I didn't need to rent a room in nobody's house, and I didn't need to live with my mother, but I was able to accomplish being a single mother of 3, to have my own apartment and furnish it by myself and pay my bills by myself and be able to clothe and feed my children was the happiest time, I think.
And when was that?
That was, I want to say 6 years ago.
So how old were you?
6 years ago, I was 28.
What was the saddest moment of your life?
The first time my mother kicked me out at 12 years old.
Why did she kick you out?
My mother never learned how to be a good mom. She did what she could, how she couldn't, how she knew best. And she would get mad and she didn't know what to do, so she would kick us out. Maybe 12.
What did you do when you got kicked out?
I had a very good friend that I knew since I was 7 years old. Her name is Alma, and she would always let me stay with her or with my other good friend named Letty. I always had a house and clothes and food with them.
Do you think their parents minded that you were there?
No, they didn't mind at all. They just wanted me not to be in the street at 12.
Are you grateful for that?
Oh yes, very much so.
Okay, next question. When did you first fall in love?
First time I fell in love, I was 13 years old. I fell in love with a boy named Ricky. He was my first love. He was my only love. And even though I have found love again, it's not the same as the first one. And true love, like the one I found, doesn't go away. You don't substitute it. It's still there, but you just find other loves.
Do you wish you could still be with that first love?
I wish I could have had my children with that first love, and I could have had a life with him. But life is not always what you want it to be.
Can you describe the scene of when you first met him?
I don't remember. I do not remember the first time I saw him because we all grew up in the same place, so I couldn't tell you. I do remember the first time he found out I liked him, though. We were at Oakview in the center, and my friend Alma blabbed and said, you know, Alma has a crush on you. And then it was all downhill by then.
So do you think of her bringing you guys together?
Yes. And no.
Why no?
No, because I think it would have happened eventually. She just speed up the process.
Next question. Do you have any regrets?
I regret having my children so young. It doesn't mean that I love my children any less. I just wish I had more to offer. I wish I would have gone to school, finished school, made something of myself, and then I wouldn't have been struggling.
And if you actually had children when you were older, what do you think would be different?
I think they would be more comfortable. And even though they have plenty of stuff, I think they would have been raised better.
Next question. Is there something about yourself that you think no one knows?
There's a lot of things about myself that nobody knows.
Well, can you give an example?
No, because then you would know.
Okay. Last question. What are some of the most important things that you have learned in life?
The most important things that I've learned in life are that things don't come easy. You work at things. I've learned trust is a valuable thing. I've learned money goes faster than you make it. And I've learned that I'm very blessed. So even though I don't have everything that I want, I have plenty of the things I need.
Okay.